Growing up, I was a big fan of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, so I often wondered throughout the years, why hasn't there been a proper He-Man game yet? He-Man and the Masters of the Universe was one of the most celebrated cartoons of the 1980s. This sword and sorcery classic, taking place on the magical planet of Eternia, was produced by Filmation based on the same toy line by Mattel. The series' leading character was Prince Adam, son of the King and Queen of Grayskull. He transferred into his alter ego He-Man by holding his sword up in the air and proclaiming, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" The series' leading antagonist was Skeletor, who was always trying to gain access to Castle Grayskull to get its secrets and take over Eternia. While Skeletor hatched many plots against He-Man, he was never successful. In fact, let us hear it straight from the horse's mouth himself, Skeletor.
Can you believe that nitwit who calls himself He-Man says I'm the bad guy? That muscle-bound boob has nothing going on between his ears. Those no-good nincompoops stole my castle from me. All my friends and I are trying to do is get Castle Grayskull back.
Yes, that is in fact true, Skeletor. In fact, I've personally started the Twitter hashtag Skeletor did nothing wrong.
A hashtag? You imbecile! No wonder your name is Geek with that. Nobody cares about Twitter or a stupid hashtag. No! You must take this to the hills and mountains of all Eternia. You fools! Your voices are the real weapons of the world.
Thank you, Skeletor. I think. Anyways, the question that I had asked was, why hasn't there been a video game about this? As it turns out, there has been a few console video games over the years. The first game was Masters of the Universe, The Power of He-Man, for the Atari 2600, released in 1983. I personally tried this game out, and it's a lot like Chopper Command, which is kind of a strange decision for them to make, considering when I think of He-Man, I think of swords and sorcery, not flying vehicle shooting. While there were flying vehicles that did shoot in the cartoon, it's just a bit baffling that that was the aspect that they focused on. It is a pretty fun game nonetheless, even though I wasn't very good at it. However, in 2002, Tanico developed and TDK Mediactive published the game He-Man, Power of Grayskull for the Nintendo's portable console, the Game Boy Advance. This game is played from an isometric perspective, so immediately you're thinking this game is going to be like Diablo or any number of computer RPGs. Instead, it is an action game, leaning heavily more into a beat-em-up type. The characters are there, the graphics are pretty decent. However, the game just lacks the life and charm that made Masters of the Universe an amazing cartoon of the 80s. However, in 2005, developer Savage Entertainment and game publishers Midas Interactive released He-Man, Defender of Grayskull for Sony's PlayStation 2 console. The game is a third-person perspective action game. The story tells that Skeletor and his forces have surrounded Castle Grayskull and thus have depowered He-Man back into Prince Adam. Now He-Man, with limited powers, must restore all of his power and work his way to fight and defeat Skeletor. The game has aged some. It's a bit mindless, but it's pretty decent. If you see this in the bargain bin, definitely consider grabbing it. But I think at the end of the day, this is not what Masters of the Universe fans are likely looking for out of a Masters of the Universe game. What would I like out of a He-Man game? Personally, when you look at all the wild action figures, all the casts and characters out of this game, just think how you could create your own He-Man character. Your own character in this Masters of the Universe. Set him in an RPG like perhaps Dragon Age or Skyrim, and recruit your party with characters from the TV show to join your character. And then you are given the ultimate decision. Do you side with He-Man or do you side with Skeletor? The possibilities are endless in a game such as this. Maybe you could run into She-Ra on the way with side quests. Perhaps the side quest could involve you helping Battle Cat find his courage and independence. Because the decisions in games such as Dragon Age and games such as Mass Effect, the choices aren't 100% clear, and each choice comes with its own set of consequences and rewards. So that's my idea, but I'd like to hear what you would think would make
I'll take this one, Geek. I want you to tell me what you would like to see in a Skeletor video game. Let us know in the comments. Be sure to follow these social media accounts and visit the blog for more updates. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.